What's up, guys? So we're back. It's been a while. It's been a while since we filmed in the gym. And today is legs, so we're going to show you that, and I can't wait to show you this session. However, the main purpose of this video is actually a little bit different. So I actually spoke about it briefly in another video, about the fact that I've changed my split. Now, I've just changed my split for the first time in literally years. And a big push for that is my lifestyle, being a dad and routine. However, another big part of it is also like, it works for my physique, and it's going to push me forward. I know that, but it sees me train only 4 times in the week, which for some people, alarm bells might be ringing, thinking, what? So I think it'll be good to discuss it a little bit more as the session progresses. Just talking about the setup, the thought processes behind it, and how this is going to really allow me to improve my physique in the areas that I need, basically. But yeah, right now I've got like a few months left of this push-up. I'm hovering around like just under 94 kilos. We'll pre-prep around like 96, 97. And in a really good position right now, to be honest. Like, training is the best it's ever been. I'm at peak performance whilst being a lot lighter than I've been previously last year. And I just feel like currently I'm growing the most I ever have, to be honest. Like, these next few months count so much for my pro debut, which is around the corner. Like, we've got like 10 months until prep, which is crazy, and it flies by. So we've got a few months left of this push-up, and then it's pre-prep diet. And then from then onwards, I'm lean for like quite a long period of time, because the most important thing to bring fullness on stage is protecting the tissue. So we don't want to be starting prep too soft. So I've not got that much longer at this heavier body weight where training really thrives from. So it's going to be a good leg session. It's been a week since I last trained legs. 1 session per week, we've got to make it count. So yeah, let's do it. So this is definitely like probably it is the heaviest light leg curl I've ever used. And when you've got a really heavy machine, progress takes a lot of time, because to actually progress up it, like each one, it's a huge difference. And sometimes people can make jumps too soon. So I've been hovering around like 8, 9 reps for a long time. I touched 9, so I know I can now go up. If you do that at 8 reps, you're probably going to go up and it's going to be too low a rep set. Like, realistically, this is going to be a heavy set, but you know, I've got 3 sets, so also I've got the security of knowing, like, if it is like a 4 rep set, which wouldn't be that ideal, I can make up for it in the next sets to accumulate more effective reps from the overall work I've done on this exercise. So when you've got like 1 set per exercise or something like that, you can't do that. You can't take those risks. You need to be more patient. On this, like, I can get after it a bit and see what happens, because I've got 2 other sets after this, so we'll see. Like, now 4 away from the stack, which I've never seen anyone stack this machine. It's so fucking heavy, I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, it's a good machine. So final set light leg curl, I'm going to do 1.5s. The reason why I do this is, it's not just, a lot of people bang on about like, oh, length and partials, like, so it's this magical thing. I think it's a good thing to do to get more from a set, but I feel like some people are putting too much emphasis on it. The reason why I do it is because it's a very good way of doing like a high rep set without burning yourself out. You're doing like, if you counted the half rep, and I'm doing 10 1.5, it's like a 20 rep set. So I'm doing 20 reps in the stretch being worked, if that makes sense. So it's a very efficient, time efficient, and also just efficient in terms of building good stimulus from the set without ruining yourself. Like if I did 20 reps, full reps on that, I come out of it absolutely screwed cardiovascularly, especially when my body weight is high. So that's why I like to do it. I would always do 1.5s at the end, not at the start of an exercise, so the last set. So you've done the short, you focus on that most at the start, and then as you get a bit more fatigued, you start to do 1.5s. We'll see.
Up, come on. Drive all the way, come on.
One! So on that hack set, I went in and I was in my head last night. I was thinking like, what am I going to do today? Like 5.5 isn't the smart move. I don't want to do 5.25 again. 5 plates, it seems like quite a drop off. 5 and a 2.5, perfect. So in my head I was like, right, that I know I can get 8. I know I can do that. What did I do? I went in and I got it done. So just thinking it through in your head. Sometimes you might forget to do that. You might go in the gym, you're like, oh shit, what should I actually do today? That's the last thing you want to do. The last thing you want to do is 5 minutes before your set, you're trying to figure out in your head what you should do. You need to have some time to actually visualize it in your head to get it done. So sometimes I reckon your logbook isn't enough for planning your sessions. And the most powerful thing you can use to plan your sessions and get good work done is this, your mind. Because a lot of the time, especially when you're further into your bulks and you're at peak performance, you can't just go in and go, oh, I'm going to get 1 rep more, I'm going to get 1 rep more. That's not always going to be achievable. You have to be realistic. So the best thing you can do is plan in your head what set you're going to take next rotation, and that might be going down in load and just going for more reps and hitting a PR on a previous weight you did, as opposed to just continuously just trying to up your reps on the same weight. Because you will be forced, if you do that, you'll be forced into sacrificing form for the pursuit of more load, and that's not what's going to create new tissue. So before you go in the gym, have a plan in your head, be prepared to lift less weight than you did last time, but for more quality, more reps, and then you can go back up to that weight you did previously and then get more on that, and just keep that cycle going. Whoa.
Come on. No. Yes. Easy. Come on. No. Florian. Come on, Adam. Let's go. Big legs. Yeah. And again. Take it. Come on. Yes. Come on.
Whoa, fuck. Whew.
Oh.
So honestly, you saw me there put like a yoga mat on the bottom. It just made it 10 times better. Don't be scared to modify a machine a little bit if it's not giving you what you want. I know some people get embarrassed about like getting all technical, but all of that like worry about being technical or looking like stupid in the gym, all of it quickly goes away when you step on stage and you get out muscled. At the end of the day, you then become relentless of finding ways to make something better. So what that did is it just increased the range and the stretch on the leg extension. It felt phenomenal, it felt so good. So I'll be keeping that setup in. Just a little yoga mat, just give me more stretch. It works nicely. So there comes a point where sometimes, like, especially in my training, there's a rare occasion where like I know I'm doing something that probably isn't the brightest thing as a bodybuilder, but I just fucking love it. And at the end of the day, like the passion is, to me, it's like the most important thing to me. This is the passion that I get for training, the enjoyment I get with pushing the limits of performance and doing crazy things in the gym that almost there's a bit of risk involved and a little bit of like unknown going into the set of how many reps you're going to get. I just fucking love it, and that's why I do this. Like the reason I step on stage is because of how much I love that. Stepping on stage gives that even more purpose. It's just all about the work in the gym. So there are times where I'm going to send something. So hip thrust today, I'm going to go for 9 plates. Probably not the smartest idea. I should probably do like an extra rep or something on a lighter load. But I want to do something I enjoy, and I just love to push the limits. And sometimes you're going to do that. It's fun, you know? It's all about enjoyment to me. Like there's a balance, and it's not going to take me away from my goals doing that occasionally, because it is an occasional thing, and I know where that balance is as well. Three, two, one. Boom.
Yes, come on. Up. Come on. Drive.
Boom.
And again. All the way, come on. Yep.
Boom. Woo. Fuck. Never ever set limits on how far you can take performance, not just long term but short term. When I finished my last prep, I was doing 4 plates in there, and I was weak as fuck, and my glutes correlated with it. And it just shows, getting strong will show. Granted, we have to wait until I'm lean to really see it, but I know that my glutes have grown a lot in that space of time. And I do one set, that's it. I just got so strong at this movement because I'm not doing too much and keeping the quality where it needs to be. And I've had that belief. Every time I've gone into these sets, I've known. And I think a part of that comes down to just like doing like this system of training for a long period of time. You know kind of how it should feel and how you should progress. But I've also been very in touch with my warm-ups. Warm-ups are such a useful guide, guys, to know when something's on. I warmed up with 4 today as the second warm. And I just knew then, I was like, shit, that felt very, very good. I wouldn't have took 9 plates unless that didn't feel that good. So, yeah, it's only been like, what, 2 years since I last competed? Not even that, a year and a half. And yeah, took this lift very far. If I don't have striated glutes next time I step on stage, I'm retiring, but I will. Better. So my left calf is like so much weaker than my right. That's been crazy. So I've started doing this single leg. And funny enough, my weaker calf is fucking growing a lot. So I wish I did this a while ago, but I don't know why, but it's got quite like, it's not probably, the thing is with imbalances is you'll probably realize that they're so much more noticeable to you than anyone else. Maybe just people with a very skilled eye. I have a lot of clients, sometimes they'll worry about an imbalance and I'll be like, oh, I feel like my left quad's smaller than my right. And it's way less visible than they think. And you'll probably realize as well, is like when you first get into your training, you care way more about these imbalances because you'll start worrying about it more, and then you'll soon realize that actually it's not that noticeable. Obviously you do everything you can to balance it out, but a lot of the time it's only more noticeable to you because you're conscious of it, because you're looking at yourself all the time. We are our own harshest critic, and it's important to recognize that actually those slight imperfections in your physique, even judges, they might not even pick up on it. Like, they can be very, very hard to notice. So that's a wrap for today's leg session. Now the main part of the actual video, which is talking about my new split and explaining why I'm running it. So this leg session was the only leg session every week. So I train legs once a week. For my physique, I would say, when you look at top pros, I would say my legs are like strong, and I would say my upper needs a bit more, especially the back. So what this split has seen is just a distribution of volume more towards upper work and less on legs, and also more rest to get more out of that upper work as well. So previously my split was push, pull, off, legs, off. Now my split is upper, lower, off, push, pull, off, off. So it's not just like people think, oh, 4 day a week split, upper, lower, off, upper, lower. That would be very silly for me right now. I don't need that leg frequency. That's a very good split if you want to push your legs like crazy. What I need is more upper. So upper, lower, off, push, pull. Gives me the best of both worlds. It means firstly I get to do push and pull on their own still, which I think is very beneficial when you want to bring up certain body parts, because you can really focus on them. But then it also gives me this nice upper session, which allows me to just get more volume across the week on those areas than previously. But what it also does is it means I can go in and I can train my upper without anything that's too taxing. So I start on like back work before push. For me, that's what I need more back. But that back work, I'm very fresh going into that isolation work because I'm not hinging. I do the hinge on the pull session. So it works really nicely. So that's like, in terms of the rationale around my physique, that's the thought processes behind it. And so far I've seen a really good response to my upper. My legs are still progressing well. I've always been able to create a very good internal stimulus with my legs that I could do pretty low volume on that area and they'll still grow pretty well. So they've grown lows across the last year and a half through push, pull, off, legs, off, because the leg frequency is still quite high. So I know that they'll still grow decently with this setup. But my upper's just responded really, really well in the right areas too. So I'm very happy with that. Another thing that I want to say is like, you need to assess whether your training volume and your split is sustainable with your lifestyle. Now I've got to a point now where with my clients, you know, I've got a lot of clients to handle. I have a son. I have to take a step back there so I can give more to him and my work still, and also it'll benefit my training, because if you set the demands too high, sleep's going to be sacrificed, stress is going to be too high because you can't manage your workload with training, and you're also not going to be as happy because you're just not going to be able to switch off enough. So what this does is Saturday, Sunday I'm off. Monday I go into upper fresh, and it goes really, so far that upper session's gone very, very well. So yeah, that's kind of around my lifestyle as well, like that adjustment's needed. And another thing that I will say is, when you get to certain levels of strength, rest matters. The stronger you get, the more important rest becomes. It's a bit of a misconception that a more trained individual should do more volume, because the stronger you get, the less volume you need, because you can't cope with the same amount of sets, because your central nervous system doesn't really change. Yes, you can adapt, don't get me wrong, you can adapt to training and stuff, and there is degrees to which you can adapt, but at the end of the day, like, how much are you going to be able to adapt to just to tolerate that level of volume when you're really strong? I always think having rest is going to suit you more. So if you are getting very strong, just think, okay, maybe now having more rest might suit me. And it really depends on the person. There's so many like intricacies around it that you can only really understand unless you're with a coach. That's why when I see people ask questions about, oh, how many sets should I do for this muscle group? I'm like, I don't know you, I don't know your lifestyle, I don't know your stress, I don't know your sleep, I don't know how you feel on a day-to-day basis, I don't know your strength levels, I don't know what you need in your physique. I can't answer that question. Only you can answer that question through your knowledge of what you've gone through, and also maybe the knowledge of someone else that has that expertise to tell you what to do. So if you're worried about volume, the best thing you can do is get a coach and communicate your lifestyle with them. So yeah, that's the new setup, that's the new split, and it's going to be the split for quite a while. We'll see, obviously, like maybe, I doubt anything's going to change, to be honest, now until prep. And this split will serve me well in prep because the extra freshness is just going to help with retention and performance, to be honest. So less is more, guys, in a lot of cases. You can train 4 times a week and be a top athlete. People are very scared to do that. People are scared to rest. And I get from a mental perspective, some people love to be in the gym. I completely understand that. But even then, if you love to be in the gym that often, you could do an arm day instead of doing like, you know, crazy high frequency training every day. You just do like something like not as intense if you want to get in the gym. Only if you need an arm day, of course, but this is just like a good example. Yeah, so anyway, that's a wrap for today's video. Appreciate all the support on the YouTube. More videos are going to come out. We're going to keep them rolling out progressively through the weeks, and progressively. It's not progressive overload. I don't know what I'm chatting, but every week. So yeah, like and subscribe, all the usual stuff, and I'll see you very soon.